Hello, I'm Calypso and welcome to my first ever YouTube video. So in this video, I'm going to basically be kind of giving a rundown on my ARTFIGHT prep. I'll also have a little bit of a rundown on ARTFIGHT and just some yap on my OCs in general. So if you're into that, then feel free to stay. If not, hopefully I earn your view and subscriber count at the end of this video, because I really do have a goal of trying to get to at least 100 subscribers by the end of the year. I feel like that would be a pretty steady goal to keep right now, considering that I'm probably not going to be posting that much. But anyways, back on topic. So I guess I'll just start by explaining what ARTFIGHT is, and then get into the actual art. So let's get into that. So ARTFIGHT, I guess I'll just start by saying it's a monthly, like once a month time little event that is hosted by a private domain kind of thing. They're their own thing completely, like they aren't owned by nothing. It's very small and kind of kept to a niche thing, I would say. I would say a lot of artists or people that do forms of art in general probably don't know what ARTFIGHT is. I feel like it's kind of a thing that people are like just last year kind of coming to realization on what it is. So ARTFIGHT is a small event that people get together and they pick a team and they basically draw other people's characters and give them some art for points. The point system is not a huge part of ARTFIGHT, as you can imagine. I don't know if you have heard about ARTFIGHT, but I'm assuming not. So ARTFIGHT, basically, you're basically trying to quote unquote get points for your team. Now I say that kind of loosely because a lot of people don't do it for points for their team. A lot of people kind of just do it for giving and receiving art. Now on that note, a lot of people actually don't join ARTFIGHT because of them expecting to get art back. Sorry, like that's not a huge thing where you should be joining ARTFIGHT with the expectation that you are going to get art back, because that is a no-no. Like, if you're drawing something for someone, you should just do it out of the kindness of your heart kind of thing and not expect them to give you a full ginormous piece back, you know? It's just kind of a thing for the person that you're drawing art for to be like, oh my god, that's my character, or oh my god, that's my AU, you know, like stuff like that. So that's basically what ARTFIGHT is. But if you're looking for more information or details about it, I guess I'll put up some like videos and stuff so that we can see better places and better people who have made better in-depth explanations on it, so we can like go ahead and go see their videos too. So I'll put a few up here on screen, as well as the link to ARTFIGHT where they have their info on the actual event itself, because there they have it definitely a lot more simpler and broken down a little bit more. But of course I would recommend watching people's videos because they actually explain a little bit more on the like implied etiquette of ARTFIGHT, like as I said, not expecting to get attacks back and stuff like that. So yeah, I would definitely recommend watching those videos, and I guess I'll just go ahead and start jumping into the actual art portion and my speed paints and everything like that. Hopefully this video doesn't get too long and full of yap, but yeah, let's go ahead and start with the speed paint. So speaking of ARTFIGHT, now that we're actually starting the actual process here, we're basically starting off with making this like ARTFIGHT card for your team. This is a completely optional thing to do. Some people really don't do them. Some people do them so that way they can show them off on their social medias. They can show them off in the ARTFIGHT official Discord. They just use them so that way people can see what kind of characters they have, and they put in that little note below their name some details that they want others to know. In mine, you can see me putting my name and how I'm going to prioritize my attacks in that little box there below my name, because I want others to know that the way I'm going to use my attacks now is different from what I did last year. Sorry. And there, when I do that, they're going to be like, okay, I know they're going to prioritize friends over all of these things. And on the side where it says friendly fires and revenges, they're going to know this person, yes, will be doing friendly fires, or this person will be doing this, or this person will be doing revenge chains, and so on and so forth. Towards the middle to end of this speed paint-ish, you'll see me kind of pause for a little bit and then go to draw my profile picture, which you'll see coming up here in a bit. So now getting onto my profile picture. Here, it's a quick speed paint. I just wanted to draw something that kind of fits the theme for this art fight. So I went ahead and drew me with the masks that kind of like gives the mystery theme, I feel. So I went ahead and just drew myself holding a mask, and I saved this picture and I go ahead and put it into my art fight card, which made my art fight card the second thing I ended up finishing. But I went ahead and showed y'all at first, that we could explain a little bit of what the art fight card is supposed to be about. Again, on that art fight card, you can put characters you have on there. You can only feature 5 up there, but I've seen people put like 2 in one box kind of, so that way they can show off a little bit more. I've also seen some people kind of go very unique with their character displays on that card by putting masks on their characters, making their characters silhouettes to kind of fit with whatever team that they're on. And I thought that was really cool, but sadly I did not have enough time to kind of go ahead and make like the silhouettes that Team Mystery was doing, so mine's kind of plain-ish. But again, I just wanted to show off that I was using them for showing how I'm going to rank my attacks. So next I'll go ahead and show you guys my profile, and from there we will go ahead and I'll help you kind of figure out how to lay it out if you're new. So decorating your profile. I won't have anything to kind of show in the background besides a mini character speed paint for a ref sheet, which I'm not really going to talk about too much, so I'm just going to kind of explain the profile. So whenever you're designing your profile on ARTFIGHT, you have to first create an account, and once you create an account, you're going to be met with a bunch of buttons. Trust me, it kind of gets overwhelming, but I'll give you some like quick tiny little steps on what I did for my profile this year, because it's definitely a little bit different from what I did last year. So this year I kind of went for a reddish theme to kind of fit with the mystery, which I kind of like how it kind of fits with my design, which is more red. So I went and I chose some red gifts on this place right here. I went and chose some dividers from the same place, some solid images, and of course I uploaded my little ARTFIGHT card into my toy house. There it is. For my toy house, I was actually able to pick that up and kind of copy the link and put it into my ARTFIGHT profile, which you'll see here. I'll go ahead and show like a little small picture of what my ARTFIGHT profile looks here on top, and the ways you can put text, edit your colors, and everything is kind of different from how it has been in previous ARTFIGHTs, if you've known. It was kind of hard for me to figure out how to do, because it's completely kind of different. So you just pick a hex color from a separate hex color tab, and you move it over to ARTFIGHT. You kind of paste it in, and then you start typing. You cannot change the color, at least I found out. You cannot change the color of something you've already typed. You have to change the color and then start typing. Kind of tedious, but you can also drag and move pictures around that you've imported, which I found super helpful. Okay, so attack terms. Now, I know this video might already be getting kind of long, so I'm going to keep it kind of brief on attack terms, and you can watch a probably better worded video for it. But for attack terms, it's just kind of good to keep in mind the broad stuff. For example, a basic attack. So a basic attack is going up to the little submit icon at the top. You go ahead and make sure you read all the rules. All the red stuff is pretty important, so just make sure that you keep in mind all of that stuff. You have to add a title, you have to add the recipient's username, or little profile thing. Same for the characters. Characters usually have a character ID, which is a little bit faster to look for. So you put that in, you select the size, which is based off of how much of the character you drew. A simple shaped character would go for someone like a stick figure type character, or let's say a character that's very simple to draw, and you would not classify it as something more full or humanoid, something like that. Again, the ARTFIGHT has a better definition for it too, so just keep in mind that when you're making attacks. A head/bust shot, again, is probably about the shoulders typically, maybe a little bit below the chest as well. Half body is around the hips, and full body is everything of the character in general. So just make sure you're checking that out as well. You can also add a little bit of a thing there, and basically whenever you're making an attack, you fill in this whole thing. Now let's say you're on Team Tragedy, and you attack someone on Team Tragedy. So with that, you'd put in again the recipient's username there, and it'll pop up orange, the same as your team's. whenever you go to submit your attack after filling in all the proper information, it'll tell you that you have just completed a friendly fire. A friendly fire is just attacking someone on the same team as you. If you were to attack from Team Tragedy to Team Mystery, that would be a normal attack. Now let's say you're attacking a bunch of people from a bunch of different teams. You have a bit of Mystery, you have a bit of Tragedy, you have a bit of Comedy, you have a whole bunch of people on this one attack. That is a mass attack. So that is having multiple characters, typically about, I would say, about 3 to 4 plus characters from different teams. Now they don't have to be from different teams. You can be very specific and kind of keep it all from Team Mystery, all from Team Tragedy, all from Team Comedy. It doesn't matter. Typically a mass attack will have mainly characters from another team that you aren't on. Maybe 1 or 2 from the same team, but typically some people go for points, and more points means attacking the opposite team. That being said, I forgot to mention that friendly fires do mean you do get less points. I can't be certain on why. I think it's just because they're on the same team that you're gonna get typically less points, even though you complete, let's say, a full body, full shaded piece with a background, and it's not abstract and it's very specific and very complicated. You're still only gonna get a little bit of points, but if you were to attack someone from the opposite team of you, you would typically get a more full amount of points compared to a friendly fire. So those terms, keep in mind that they kind of depend on how you submit your attack. Usually when you submit an attack, you need to have all of the proper information, such as characters, which is why it's usually a good idea to bookmark characters that you want to draw. Because if you don't, it's going to be really hard for you to find them again. Because again, ARTFIGHT's a huge site, there's plenty of OCs, so bookmark the character you want to draw, and then when you can, copy and paste the character ID onto your attack information. It's a lot faster, it saves you a bunch of time, and again, it makes it just a lot easier to submit an attack. Okay, now getting back to my actual character designs, I'm not going to talk about them too much. So, I guess this first character here I'm going to start with is Momoka. She's like a Hello Kitty kind of alt girl, I would say. She's not completely based on Hello Kitty. She has some Hello Kitty like themes in there, like her hair clips and stuff like that. But basically I wanted to draw her a ref sheet since her original reference is a chibi, and I don't want some people to miss out on some details that I for sure wanted in her design and details that I wanted to add to her design. So I'll also put who the original creator was on the bottom of that image, just because I feel like I have to credit the amazing creator of Momoka, just because I have so many designs from Skelly and I absolutely adore them all. Like I genuinely love them. So again, the design is beautiful, but I really wanted to add maybe like 1 or 2 more specific design details that I feel we're going to heighten it a little bit more. So in this little tiny, I wouldn't say a ref sheet, it just has kind of colors on the side, as you'll see later, but I'm considering a ref sheet just so that way people can kind of reference it better for colors. I didn't add a blur to the final image that goes into her profile, just so that when people kind of upload it into wherever they're doing and they color pick, they won't get a color that's too muddy or saturated from me blurring the liner like I usually do. So I did add a bit of things to her design, as I mentioned earlier. Mainly it was the hair. I changed the hair a little bit. I did keep it long on the back, but I did shorten her 2 side short pigtails just a bit, just that way whenever I went to go ahead and add in those little spiky heart like charms in her hair, I guess, that they wouldn't be too large as they were in the original reference. I also added a bit of like face makeup, I guess, to her face, including white makeup on the top of her eyes as like eyeshadow, and a little bit of bottom eyelid shadow that's pink as well, that you can kind of see but not much. I also went ahead and gave her hair a bit more pink highlights at the bottom and the tips, even all the way up on the top of her head as well, just because I kind of felt like I wanted to add a little bit more charm to her, I guess, than just the little short pink small highlights that were on her original reference. I also kind of messed up on her sweater a little bit. It's supposed to have like tattered rips and holes, and I did not understand that when I went ahead and created this little ref sheet. So I'll be sure to note that in future design references for me to change that a little bit. And on that note, I will say that this was one of the first ref sheets that I did, so there's not any colors on the side like I thought there was, but in the future little ref sheets that I'm going to make here in a bit, you will see more like little colors that pop up on the side as well. And also, don't be like alarmed by how different each of these like quote unquote rough sheets look. I was doing them on completely separate days for most of the time, and I was kind of spending tops maybe an hour to 2 hours on each piece, just so that we can try to finish ref sheets for all of my characters that really needed some full body references. In the end, I did not have time to complete all of my references for ARTFIGHT this year. There are definitely like a few towards the end / bottom of my character page that did not get quote unquote new updated small designs changes, just because I ran out of time. I was focused on class and stuff, so some of them I'm just gonna have to hope that the little character design notes that I put at the bottom of their profile will suffice. Okay, so next up on the little ref sheet list of mine was Harmony. So she's like a little musician character, musical prodigy, and I kind of went a little bit tad bit differently on her design than how it originally looked. So I'll go ahead and put up the original image and again the creator, because the creator has amazing art. I just have to give huge props to them. And you'll note that the ears do look a little bit different from the final to the new. I tried to make her ears look more like a tad bit more angel wing-ish, because I wanted her to have more roundish themes to her, just because I felt like she's definitely like a softer kind of character rather than a harsh kind of jagged character. Again, I try to incorporate a little bit of shapes into all of my designs, and here's where you're going to start seeing me add like the colors for reference on the side as well. I tried to include all of the details that I wanted for sure in her design, which I'm also going to put in her design notes. I went ahead and included all her freckles, that giant heart that's over her right eye, all of the little skin marks that are on her face as well. I included the sweater with all of the polka dots, the little piano skirt, and the long leg warmers and chunky Mary Janes. I also went ahead and drew a little eye reference on the side, just because I wanted people to see that her eye is definitely a bit different, like as far as the actual colors on the inside of her eye. I mean, the way her actual eye has 3 little studs of a star, a little teardrop, and a heart at the bottom, and that she has a teardrop kind of eye highlight along with the 2 white ones that I include normally. And again, this ref sheet was kind of a short thing. I tried to keep it as concise as possible while also kind of keeping it straightforward. I didn't want to add too much details like a turnaround or another expression sheet or anything like that, just because I didn't feel like adding all of that stuff, because again, I'm on a short time crunch at this moment in time, so I'm trying to only spend an hour to 2 hours tops on all these ref sheets. So that's kind of just where I ended up finishing up there with Harmony. Okay, and the last little ref sheet for this video that I'm going to include is my ref sheet for my character Lady Teresa, or Teresa, you know. She is Spanish, she's Spanish Rococo, and basically, again, her, little ARTFIGHT profile has a lot more details about her, but basically, she died very young from the Spanish flu, which was kind of a epidemic that had happened around, man, I can't even remember the specific year that I put in her toy house, but it did happen around a certain old time. She died first after her mother, and then her father remarried a certain maid. The maid poisoned her, and from there she was buried in the same dress she wears now, a long pink kind of frilly dress with beautiful face makeup. And from there she ended up coming back to life from her family's crypt during the archaeological fad that had happened around the era where a bunch of Egyptian artifacts were starting to be exhumed, is when a lot of people came to her family's crypt, exhumed her and her parents, and from there they moved them to a historical society in Europe, and she went to one in America, I believe. So basically her whole lore, she's trying to get back to her parents there in Europe and be on display with them as well. And it's kind of like a night at the museum thing is what I was picturing. I'm like super into that like whole thing, man. Oh, I used to love watching those this movie, so I kind of based her off of something that comes to life at night. And she has like Night at the Museum gimmicks where she comes to life and she's with a bunch of people, and those people from the same museum as her are also trying to like leave the museum and go where they want to go, and they end up having to go back to the way they were by morning and stuff like that. So basically it's just a huge thing, again based off Night at the Museum. So again, you can see where my like personal franchises and favorite things come into play when my characters are created. So anyways, about her design, I tried to give her like a bunch of Rococo themes with a lot of pearls and stuff, because from the era she was, her specific family was very influenced by the French, the Spanish and the French. Specifically, her family was very prominent and had very close ties with a certain French, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, not an empire, but like a certain French family. And from there, they were very influenced by Rococo style, so they started wearing their hair very tall and with a lot of white powder on their face and very avant-garde dresses and stuff like that, until she ended up dying a little bit before the Spanish and the French ended up having a giant falling out. Or not a giant falling out, but like a little bit of a falling out. So that's why she's kind of based off Rococo, even though she's Spanish and from the actual like Spain. So it's just something to keep in mind when I do my character designs and my ref sheets in general as well. Again, I put up a lot of her color references again on the side, especially her skin, since I want people to know she's darker skinned. I don't want them to really lighten it. So I went ahead and put the skin, the shading, and the little highlight option that I use as well for her skin, just as an optional thing. But again, I wanted people to kind of keep it very Rococo-ish. I also gave them the option to do very minor outfit changes in my character permissions for her, just because I know looking at this, someone can get a little bit overwhelmed by all of the layers of clothing they have to do, all of the coloring they're gonna have to do. But trust me, it's not as like demanding as you think. That's the word I'm looking for. So just something to keep in mind again when you're creating your character profiles. Keeping them short and adding more details in your permissions is usually what helps me more. That's just like what I like to gravitate towards as well. I will typically read the little snippets of lore people put in the actual profile, just because I want to get a feel for them and I want to know what kind of pose I want to do for this character. But I try to read more of the permissions area anyways, because I want to know what people will allow with their characters, what people will not allow with their characters, and what design notes those people have. Because if someone does not want mass attacks, I'll be sure to note it in my bookmark of the characters. That way I know, oh, I will not do bookmarks for this mass attack for this character, because their owner does not prefer them. They prefer solo art or art with their own characters. So it's just something to keep in mind whenever you're picking characters out on ARTFIGHT and making profiles as well. Okay, we've made it to the end of the video, and I just want to thank you so much for watching and staying this far, and hopefully the mini tips that I left are useful for you when you compete in ARTFIGHT this year. I'm also going to put up my profile here for ARTFIGHT, and you know what, I'll put my toy house up too, just in case you want to follow my toy house and attack me on ARTFIGHT. This year on ARTFIGHT, I'm planning to prioritize attacks to friends and attacks to followers, as well as the characters that bookmarked, of course. I am going to be moving at a slower pace this ARTFIGHT, so if you do attack me, I promise I will try to make a revenge out, but if I don't, I will definitely get one to you next ARTFIGHT for sure. Anyways, thank you so much again for watching, and hopefully now that you've watched the video all the way to the end, the video is deserving of a like, and maybe you would subscribe if you could. And I guess I'll see you in the next video at the end of the month with all the attacks that I got and that I made for ARTFIGHT. Thank you so much.